Now, page 4, the political motivation behind the race-based rioting in America. Oh, all of this based on race, right? The racialists in our republic are attacking the civil society as a means to an end, and they have hijacked our life, liberty, and happiness, and they do not plan to release us from this anarchy purgatory until they achieve their nefarious goals. Because the truth is, there is no truth to their claims of systemic racial injustice in America. Every human has the racist gene inside of them, just like every human has hate. The difference between good people and bad people is the good folks choose not to act upon that hate gene. The good folks choose to not act upon that racist gene. The bad guys choose to hate and be racist. It's that simple. But let's look at reality, shall we? Daniel Horowitz, Conservative Review, did some digging at the Washington Post database on police shootings. In 2018, 17 blacks unarmed were killed by police. However, more than 7,000 blacks were murdered in all of 2018. Therefore, the 17 blacks killed by police make up 0.002% of all the homicide victims that year among blacks. But of course, all 17, who knows, may have been justified, thus they're not murders. But the point is this. The point is the systemic murder of blacks is happening, but it's happening within the black community. Police aren't slaughtering blacks. Blacks are slaughtering blacks. But we will never hear that from these radical left-wing ideologues like Gavin Newsom, who instead of condemning the rioting going on up and down his state, he's fanning the flames of anarchy with his stilted, mangled, and partisan abuse of the English language.
The black community is not responsible for what's happening in this country right now. We are.
Stop tape. Stop the tape. I think every American ought to be insulted. Black, white, brown, yellow, I don't care. Every American ought to be insulted by a statement like that. That we are somehow responsible for what's going on with the rioting in this country? That we somehow triggered the rioting? It's people like Gavin Newsom, the Democrat Party, the modern Democrat Party, who like to put people in groups all of the time. And so he's talking about collectively blacks, quote, not being responsible for what's happening in the streets of Los Angeles and New York and Chicago and wherever. That somehow as a group, he believes that they are not responsible. Well, he's right, in a sense, because in this country, we have individual choice, right? We are individuals. Our Constitution is predicated on the foundation of the Bible. And the Bible tells us that we have individual salvation, if we choose, or not. But it's based on the individual. And so in this country, we have a choice to do good acts or bad acts as an individual, not as a group. And so when Gavin Newsom comes out and talks about people in general like this, all Americans should pick up on it and all Americans should reject it. Because in the end, the person's responsible for any kind of criminal activity is the person in the mirror, not as a group, but as an individual. It is individuals grouped together who are creating the mayhem and the rioting in this country, no matter the color of their skin. We have a choice in America to go down a good path or a bad path. And the people who are choosing to riot, and the people who are choosing to loot, and the people who are choosing to firebomb police cars and shred them and hit them with 2x4s and attack individuals, that is their individual choice, and in a civil society, they should be held responsible. The vast majority of Americans, of course, reject this kind of activity. The vast majority of Americans are law-abiding.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.